The Jim and Terry Show still coming at you. The coffee cups have long been drained. Maybe our energy's been drained too.
Oh, my energy's done, but you know me.
A sleepless night?
Well, I had a great sleep 2 nights ago.
That was 2 nights ago.
And probably one of the best sleeps I've had in a long time. And then last night I couldn't sleep.
This morning you came to the door and I had to drag you in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm making it, though. I'm making it through this. I mean, I don't want send me money.
The Jim and Terry Show. That's the Jim.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking at a couple of things in this podcast. One is to follow up on our jellyfish UAP with a question, because one of the people consulted on that video was Jeremy Corbell. So if you've listened to that guy or you know who he is, you know a little bit about his interest in UFOs. In fact, he probably at this point in his career trajectory is probably a world-renowned, or at least American-renowned, ufologist. So
cool.
That's his expertise.
Yeah.
So he was looking at that jellyfish thing and offering his 2 cents worth. But he's got a series, and we were going to follow that up because his series, if I see it, is called Weaponized, and it shows you the question mark in the stars and 2 people looking at it, which I assume is Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, 2 American ufologists, I think. So here we go. Why has the intelligence community, the defense community, why has the political institutions, why have they all seemingly been weaponized? That's the thesis of this project.
Well, I have a question that goes along with that, which we just saw the video several times, actually on Global too. I asked you, is it being shown anywhere else?
Yes,
and it is, about the squid-like type alien ship that, I did the scary thing and said, what if that's a being and it's not a ship?
So it's a real jellyfish.
Yeah. And anyways, it's fascinating to see. And you can take it for what you want. There's people that are just going to say, no, it's fake, because they don't want to believe at all that there's anything else. And there's going to be others needing more proof. I mean, capture the bloody thing, do something. Yeah. And then there's me who are just fascinated with it, and I want proof. I want something to happen with it. But the one thing that interests me in it a lot is when you see something like that, and it's now been released on major television. There it is for all to see. You would think if it was just bull, the Pentagon would release, say, that is just bull. That's Photoshopped. There's not a thing about, but they don't. They let us ponder it and think about it and go over it.
Now, there's the conspiracy. Why do they want us to ponder?
Yeah. Well,
and not answer.
Number one, why won't they give us any answers? And number two, why then won't they debunk it? They don't do either.
Well, I thought you had to be in that closed-door Senate session or the closed-door
that
Congress.
thing. I know. And we know the closed-door session. They're not closed-door for no reason.
Right.
They're going in there to see something that you and me and the average public cannot see. They will not allow us to see it. Well, why? It isn't a little dog, off a leash peeing on a tree. There's something they're showing that they don't want the public to see. And when it comes to the squid floating through an Air Force base, you and me saw the men walking under it, had no clue it was right above them.
Yep.
Why wouldn't the military say this is stupid? They don't say nothing. They don't confirm it. It almost gives it authenticity.
It does. It's kind of affirming that the story's true.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a Photoshop of me running around naked, and God help you all, first thing I'd say is that's not me. I didn't do that. That's not me at all. That's something else. Why they don't do that, it's beyond me. They've already admitted the Tic Tac was real. They already admitted the footage over the destroyed aircraft carrier was real. Right. Now, after that came people on debunking it, but the military never debunked it.
No.
They said that's real, that's genuine.
Weren't some of the people who testified in the congressional investigation, weren't some of them former military?
Yeah, they were military.
And who is Grush? Was Grush?
Well, that last guy, which comes with credentials all over the place. I wish I could remember his name. I mean, he has credentials on top of credentials. Came out and said, they're here. We have the stuff. And so I'm like you. I mean, I don't lose sleep over it, not even for a minute. But when things pop up, I like to watch it, and then I say, if it's bull, why don't you just flat out say bull? Why doesn't that committee come out from the closed meeting and go, well, that was disappointing. There's nothing there. Nada.
Yeah.
And they have another meeting, and what are they on now? They're fourth,
Yeah,
and they're going to go again. They're going to say to you and me, you can't see what we're now going to go in and see.
Yeah, what's the point of even saying that?
Well, I wouldn't even mind if they say because it's for military purposes.
Yeah, we don't want to reveal our...
But then you're looking at, then you're admitting
Yep.
that you're picking up something
Yep.
that is not of our
this.
making.
Yes, we didn't make it.
Yeah.
The Russians didn't make it. The
Yeah.
Chinese didn't make it.
So, I mean, the facts are the facts. There's something there. And why they don't want to tell us, either they're going to kill us all and they're just letting us live a peaceful life until it happens.
So not that we follow conspiracy theories much, but the series is called Weaponized, featuring, and it's a podcast series, so you can take a look at it or listen to it. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp is where we were taking that one. And Jim is following it up with the allusion to the U.S. congressional investigations, which were open, and you could ask questions, but the amount of information you got in the
wouldn't give
open
you any
session wasn't
answers.
even worth attending. So you got to go to a closed door session, but then they edit everything out, and you get all the sheets of the typewritten sheets that have all the black ink on it. You never know what was said anyway. So yeah, pretty tight lipped. So weaponized are all the institutions of society tight-lipped about this because there is something.
Well, they must be. There's a policy, because they would simply come on, a general would say, I'm the commander at that base, and that never happened. I mean, simple as only 2018. Or somebody, a military person going, this didn't happen. So if that don't come out within a day or two, it happened. And so what is it?
Yeah.
And why won't you just say it? Well, why? This was what I wanted to talk about on the show. Why? Is it because they think we are all going to panic? Or they think we're going to give up our religion? Because there's two possibilities. Everybody will run to the churches and mosques, or everybody's going to run from the churches
Okay,
and mosques.
let me throw this one out to you, Mr. Theologian. That was an angel.
What, that?
That 2018 hovering over a base in Iraq
Why not?
was an angel.
Maybe. I don't
Guardian
know.
angel?
They're funny looking. They're not what I imagined, but a lot of people would tell you, a lot of angels are orbs of light, and they can shape shift, but I don't know why you'd shape shift into a squid. I don't know why you would
the
do
reverse then. It's not an angel, it's a demon.
that. Well, again, could be, but again, why the look?
Okay. All right.
When nobody's going to see you,
Let's move on in the few minutes remaining to take a look at what we do know is real and really going to happen, and that's at Boca Chica in Texas.
Up and away.
When? I thought we made a prediction. I was hoping for January.
I thought it would have been January 2.
The third
I'm
of
guessing within the first 2 weeks of February.
When we say integrated flight test, we're talking about putting the ship on top of the booster and all the things that are necessary for that to operate. And we've seen 2 tests. Both ended up with explosions, or what do they call them? RUDs?
Oh, yeah.
Rapid unscheduled
disassembly.
Great name for it. I like that. RUD. All right, so what are we expecting from the third one, which is now booster... Is it booster 10?
I don't know what...
It was 24/7.
What is the ship? Is the ship 28 or is it 30?
20. I don't think it's in the 30s. I think it's still in the 20s.
All
so
right.
I think it's ship 25 or 6.
Well, they have
something
30,
like that.
31 out made.
I know. So once we get this up and into orbit and down the way they want it, the rest of this is going to go boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and... the last one, even though it blew up, they know the reasons it did, and this is how SpaceX works. They don't take 10 years to develop a rocket. They build it, which they think will work, with a 30% chance it will. So they don't send them up thinking they're going to be successful.
They want to test the systems to that point.
Yeah, and they find out why did this last one, it blew up? And I think it was because the ship itself... I think kind of jeopardized the integrity of the booster.
I think I read somewhere that it was the you know they put the hot staging ring on.
Yeah, yeah.
But lighting the engines did something to that bulkhead.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a
That's what
fuel
I'm saying.
tank
That's what
below.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it weakened it to the point where it couldn't take the pressure, and it blew.
Now the fix for that is easy, and that's what SpaceX also does.
Yeah, yeah.
They learn and they remedy, and the base is the best one. When they had that pit dug, what is it, 50 feet deep?
Oh,
and
the blew
chunk
it
of
to
concrete that went into
smithereens,
the
man.
ocean.
Well, don't forget it was unbreakable concrete.
I forgot to mention that.
That got blown to smithereens by the
Right.
power of this rocket.
So when they tested that concrete, for instance, did they have a Raptor 2.0? No,
Well,
they didn't.
Don't forget, the
Didn't
first
exist.
one that took off, one of the problems was they didn't fully throttle.
Yeah.
That's why it took forever to leave
Yes,
the
it was
pad.
a slow
It was a
lift.
slow lift.
So imagine
But it's beaten the crap
Yeah.
out of the stand below, right?
Yeah.
But now they have the deluge system, and it
Yes.
seems to be working wonderful.
and
But
that was
this
all
is
installed within months.
well, yeah. I mean, give SpaceX. You want to build a building, they'll have it up in a month. I mean, jeepers, they're fast, and I guess that's what you get with just flat out single-mindedness.
Now, to show confidence, there's a second launch stand being built.
Yes, and one also in Florida. So
Yeah, so that makes 3.
yeah, this is going to happen.
This is the future.
Bar any unbelievable catastrophe.
Alien
Aliens come
invasion.
and stop it. I don't know. But this is going to be successful. It will. And the next one, I'm going to predict, it will go into orbit.
Okay, there's the,
But it may not finish the journey.
but it'll get there.
I think it'll get there.
Here's to January, end of January, beginning of February
Yeah.
for an integrated flight test of Starship, whatever number it is, and whatever booster is currently up there, whatever they stack, it's going to go to orbit. That's your prediction.
That's
for
my predict, yeah.
2024. And then after that, if they are successful in orbit, the cadence of launches will go fast.
Well, they still got to conquer the landings. The booster coming back.
Yeah, but we've seen from all the booster 9s that have
Yeah.
come back that, yeah.
Well, they can do that, but don't forget they come back on their
Now
stand.
let me throw this monkey wrench into the space plans. Artemis has suffered a setback.
Oh, obviously, yeah, just
Some fuel leak, not enough to do the trip. Things not looking good for Artemis. The Jim and Terry Show, looking up, regardless of whether it's aliens, angels, demons, or SpaceX.
or dimensionals,
Yes. Bye-bye for now.
whatever that means.